Well, she was framed. You saw it coming. Ursula has such a good heart, and she wants to do the right thing, even though everybody tells her, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. She does it. And it ended up getting her in a lot of trouble. So we need to talk about it. A Web of Silk. Book 17 in the series. Can you believe we've read 17 so far? 17. On our way. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. And the book that started it all. 23. The book that got me started on this journey. I understand this series so much better now. I like it so much better now because now I know who all the people are. You can't start a series in book 23. It just doesn't work that way. So here we are at book 17. And Ursula is set up. People don't realize she was set up until it was too late. The afterthought, it's plain, she's 100% set up. And honest people were made to be players in this thing. This whole thing. She was played, and they were played. Okay, so we have our little core crew here. Ursula is our heroine, and Broccoli is her manservant, who does just about everything in the world for this chick. Dale, his wife, aka Fran, is supposed to be her maidservant, and she's getting a little on the elderly side, not able to do too much. And then we have Sybil, a companion, and Gladys, a companion who was also accused of witchcraft. And Sybil plays a part in this, a heavy part in this. And so we still haven't. There was an issue a couple books ago, Harrison issue, and that still has not been addressed, and it may never be addressed, and I keep waiting for it to be addressed, and it hasn't been addressed. And also at the end of that book, we had an issue with Walsingham and William Cecil, and that still hasn't been addressed. It's just been completely 100% ignored. So that's kind of a little bothering me. We have never addressed it. And Harry is growing up. So we start this the Walsingham. She's got this new neighbor. He's been sold. He bought a new house from Christopher and Kate. Now, Kate was married to Eric in the beginning, but because of a whole complicated situation, you got to go read the book. Eric is killed, and Christopher had in that time fallen in love with Kate, so he marries her. So they're happily married. They've got a couple of kids now, but they live close to Ursula, not too far, like within 10 miles. So they become really friends, and he is a queen's messenger. That's how they met. That's how Ursula and Christopher met. Him being a messenger. So she gets called to Walsinger's. I keep saying Dudley. But she gets called and she goes, hey, this guy, Frost, is passing messages to Spain. And we would like you to feed him some false information to take to Spain. To set things in motion so we can get things going. And we would like you to take Sybil with you because you're both really good embroiderers. And Mr. Frost is looking for somebody to teach his daughters how to do embroidery. And I don't ever recall, and it may, if you read the book and you see the reference, please let me know in the comments, but there's no mention of actual payment for services rendered, so I don't know what's going on there. In the meantime, Broccoli's son, who is estranged from Broccoli, all the stuff that happened in the other book with this son coming out of the blue. Hey, I'm your son. My mother left me when I was an infant. She gave me to the strange people because she preferred to go with the gypsies. She chose the gypsies over her son. She chose the gypsies over her son. Who does that? You don't want your child? Give him to me. Give me her to me. I don't care. I will love and honor a child forever. So, she gets royally set up, and it's such a complex situation. Such a complex situation. How do I put this now? So, her local church needs benches, so Ursula has the benches made. It also needs, they want a stained glass window replaced. Conveniently, a stone is thrown through it and it breaks. Conveniently, they never find out who did it until maybe the ending. But it starts a series of events. They go to the glassmaker. They're going to have this glass made. He does it really well. He's really talented. But there is a hidden agenda. Oh, look, that's my daughter's dowry chest. That has this and it has this. It's just wonderful. It's going to be her dowry gift to her groom and blah, 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 blah. And he just keeps talking about it. There's a reason why that was pointed out. A serious reason. And it doesn't click to Ursula till it's too late. So then she's asked to go to Frost's house to teach the daughters how to do the embroidery. And she goes. And as a side benefit, now remember, she went to do this glassmaker's thing, and he kept going, oh, look at my daughter's chest, look at my daughter's chest, look at my daughter's chest. It's got stuff in it. It's got all this silverware, all this fancy smancy stuff we've been saving for her dowry, right? And it goes missing. So in one of her many visits back, he's like, my daughter's thing went missing, and we believe Frost took it, and we want you to search his house. And Ursula's like, no, it's your item. You need to address it with him. It's there. It's in the attic. Go get it yourselves. It's your property. And they're like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And every alarm bell in my head is going off. Every alarm bell in Broccoli's head is going off. They're all going off. She's like, okay. Then she's caught taking the trunk out of the house. That's stealing. That's reason to be hanged. She's been set up. She's been royally set up from the beginning. She's going to be hanged for theft. A very valuable theft. And all the parties involved are like, yes, she's stealing this. But they have a couple of unexpected visitors who start to go, not too quickly there. It is so layered, so many layers and reasons and, what's a good word? I need a good word. Do you know a good word? Motives, reasons behind this. It was very, very layered, very well plotted. I mean, these men who thought of this to frame Ursula in this way did a really good job of framing her set it up, planned it out, strategically planned this out. Step 1, throw the rock in the window. Step 2, have her come to me and I will make the new window. Step 3, point out the chest. Make a big fuss of the chest so she remembers the chest with all its fancy stuff inside. 4, mention to certain people that your daughters need to be taught embroidery. Have certain people get the idea that it would be a good idea to have Ursula come to their house. It's such an intricate frame job. It's so multiple thought out. There are so many parts to it. And then there's also the murder of Buckley's son. The book starts with that, so that's not too much of a spoil. Who killed the son and why? Who threw the rock and why? What's up with the glass window? That turns out to be a huge motive in the end, too. There's so many layers here. So many layers. It's such an intricate, interwound plot. So we've got our Buckley's kid's deceased. He gets murdered. The window broken. Who did it? What are the glassmaker's motives? He's got a few. He's got a few motives. He's got several different things he's pursuing here. Frost. He does go after Sybil at some point. He's involved. Why is he involved? What are his motives? What are the glassmaker's motives? The girls. How much of a plot do they have in this? How much does the glassmaker's daughter have in this? There are so many people involved in this intricate plot. Will Edward Herron, our constable, believe the situation? What happens at trial? What stuff is revealed? Who's going to get hanged? Who isn't? What's going to happen with Ursula? And maybe I should have started with this as a good cliffhanger, but I'm going to leave you with this. Someone leaves Ursula in her crowd. Someone leaves Ursula. You'll have to read the book to find out why and who. But one of the inner circle leaves. And they have their reasons. And we may or may not see this person again, depending on what happens in future books. So, are you ready for 18? Those pieces of paper come in handy. 18. Are we ready? We ready for the next one? I think I gotta do some Catherine Coulter. But, are we ready? A web of silk. It should be a spider's web. That's what it should have been. A spider's web of deceit. Because it's got tentacles. It's got threads. There's all these threads that intertwine and it's so layered. But we'll see what happens. Have a good one.